Before we get into this, you have to know that this is for shits and giggles. Some of these opinions may be true, but doesn't mean you should be mad about them. Our opinions are opinions, but if you have your own opinions about the Minecraft ships, you live your life. Live your life. Have fun with it. Let's not fight about it. Athmao, if you're watching this is not like a hate on your creative decisions. This is just like our interpretations of the characters and what we think about them. Please do not take this seriously, guys.
It should be known, like, this is made like out of love for this series. But like, you know, as we've gotten older and as the series have aged, we've also come to realize quite a few things about it. But we still love it! And that's why we're talking about it. Whee!
Let's get started.
Yay! So, our first ship. We're starting a little weak with Gareth and Ivy. Gareth, great character, 10 out of 10, like impeccably written. Ivy, flat, who is like her only personality trait is really being mean, but it could have ate, is the saying. It could have ate. They are real enemies, and who doesn't love like a forced engagement? There's so much to like unpack with that. And this ship could have been so much better if they just like actually wrote Ivy as like a competent character, you know?
Like, she's not dynamic, she's two-dimensional.
No, exactly. She serves no other purpose than to just be like a force of evil, which is like really like, in my opinion. So 3 out of 10, mostly because it's bad, but also there's potential. There's potential there.
It could have happened.
It could have. It really could have.
So next off, guys. We have Laurance, hi, I love you, and Michi. If Michi were a man, we would have Me Too'd her. We would have. She was so creepy in My Street and Minecraft Diaries, but just in Minecraft Diaries, when she like kidnapped them, like the thing is, I'm also thankful for her because she had a lot of plot points that like progressed the story and pushed Athmao and Laurance like closer together. But like, Laurance, I'm so sorry, girl. Like, you didn't deserve that. My baby did not deserve that. She goes, yeah.
Next ship we have on our list, Travis x Caitlyn. They don't have any chemistry. Pia wrote this. It's giving Chain the Monster and not in a good way.
Oh my god, I'm getting copyrighted.
Listen, I understand why this is a bad ship, but also, like, I've seen worse. Like, I see the idea behind it. Do I think it's good? No. Like, I think instead of like a -5, this would be like a -1 for me. Like a -1. So speaking of Travis, again, so like the thing with Travis, if you're not familiar with this series, imagine the worst man you know. Like the worst.
The devil himself.
Like, yeah,
He's double fun.
No, like, so if we were saying like we would have like Me Too'd against Michi if she were a man, this is the man we Me Too again. I forgot what I wrote on the slide. The thing is, these are both like very like spicy characters, kind of. They kind of have that undertone. So they kind of match each other's freak. And Lucinda was kind of into it, so this already makes it more consensual than 90% of Travis's escapades. I'm a strong believer. I don't know why. I cannot tell you where I got this from, but I am the strongest believer in gay Travis. I don't know why. I really cannot tell you. Like, this man has like the strongest compet the world has ever seen. You know, like a 5 out of 10. It's like,
It was okay, at least it was legal.
at least it was legal.
Next off, we have Travis and Athmao. Seriously, he needs to be arrested for like harassment. Now, they were good as friends, I would say, but in terms of romantic interest, like there was zero chemistry there. I don't want to look at it.
Speaking of, dear God, actually like the worst thing in this entire show, like, why did they make this canon? I hate everything about Aaron as a character, actually. Yeah.
Why does it look like Adam and Eve fanfiction?
That, bro, because
Oh
it's kind of giving that, but made like edgy and meant to like appeal to like 13-year-olds. God, I don't even know where to start. So like, to give you a little bit of lore on like this ship in particular, the entire reason they got together and became a couple was because like they had like a kid, or they were forced to take care of a kid. Everything. I mean, seriously, everything. This show went so downhill the second they made a kid, and I'm being so serious. What happened, guys? Oh yeah, that's like a negative like a billion trillion or something. I hate this show.
Speaking of Aaron and Athmao, we have Shad and Irene. They're literally the same. It's giving like angel girl ex devil guy, but in their past lives, can they fight fate or will they succumb to it? I'll give it a little bit of props because it was a little bit unique with the whole divine warriors thing, and I appreciated how they turned him into like the Shadow Lord and had him like reincarnate in his descendant's body. They should have made him the villain. They shouldn't have made him, I can fix him. That's what she's essentially said. She said, I can fix the Shadow Lord. No, you can't.
Next ship. Okay, so this ship, all right. So this wasn't even really a ship. Like, they got like almost married, but that was they like both like different people. Yeah. And like the whole point was that they both wanted out of this situation. They're just like good friends. They like help each other through things. Like I don't really see the.
They were supportive.
They were supportive. They are good friends. Like, you know, like 3 out of 10 as an actual ship, because like I appreciate, you know, like I can see the concept of like, oh, fake dating, we love other people, but what? But like at the same time, not really. So
yeah, it worked. It worked. It was okay. It was a good plot. Oh my god. So I have shit to say about this. So if you all didn't know, Aaron was actually married. And guess what? He was responsible for the death of his wife and his child, who was named Jacob, by the way, which I think is a really random name to have. But sorry, Jacob. Sorry to all the Jacobs out there. There weren't even any photos of them together on the internet because like no one remembers them, but everyone forgets he had a whole ass marriage before he met Aphmau and then decided to have a kid with her. And then they named their kid after his dead wife? Okay, we need to talk about this in our therapy and our couples counseling session, okay? Like, this needs to be a discussion. But he literally moved on with someone else and was like, hey, we're gonna adopt a kid together. Let's name her after my dead wife. That's Aaron, by the way. That's what he sounds like. It's canon. It's canon.
Okay. So this ship, so Caitlyn X Vlad, right? I don't even know what is there to talk about here. Like, do you remember any interaction between these two? Yeah. Like, the thing is, with Caitlyn, right? She had, like, a green, brown-haired somebody in Ocasas, and it wasn't Vlad. It wasn't.
Okay, Dante X Aphmau. So I actually really love their relationship. I do not think it is a good romantic relationship whatsoever. It is purely platonic. But as a platonic relationship, I think it's fantastic. The way that he was so loyal to her, and he stayed for 15 years in Phoenix Drop. During the time jump while she was in the Irene dimension, he was the only one that stayed there and he protected the village. It's just so beautiful. But like romantically, like it's not the vibes. They both have their own shit going on. Like they're both in love triangles.
Okay, Sasha X Cameron, I have so much to say about this because it's not spoken about enough. This ship like was like, oh yeah, they were like canon, by the way. They barely said anything about it. Well, they kind of did, because there's like this one episode where they were like visiting Sasha in the cells, and I think she said something about it. She was like, "Oh, like I was."
That was so angsty and good.
That was so angsty and good.
Didn't do anything with it.
Like where was that? Great trope, by the way. Like Beyonce, like they were like childhood friends, right? Not to mention Laurance liked Sasha as well. That was crazy. So like they're childhood friends, like betrothed to each other, set to get married, and like she dies. But then she gets brought back as a Shadow Knight, which is like basically an entirely different person. So she's like a ghost of herself, and Kenmer has to see the ghost of his fiance. What? It makes me feel so bad, cause like Sasha is such like compared to like Emmeline. Like compared to Emmeline, she's so like so much darker, and like Kenmer is so happy with Emmeline.
You know what it is?
What?
You know what their ship is giving? Like in like a good way.
What?
It's giving like emo girl ex gamer boyfriend.
Yeah, it kind of is actually. I really love the concept. I wish they did more with it. Actual execution was like a 4 out of 10. So yeah. Speaking of
Emmeline and Kenmer, this is another nothing burger ship. I really dislike them, but because they are canon, because they've gotten so much screen time, and because they've been through so much together, I feel like I have to give them a little credit. So that's why they get a 5 out of 10. But if I'm being like completely honest, I wish they give that screen time to other characters like Sasha and Kenmer, like Garth and Aphmau, like like a lot of other ships deserve the screen time that they got because they got a full ass wedding scene. I think that's why I hate them the most, is because they stole time away from our loved ones, our loved Minecraft Diaries characters.
East Brandon, Their whole thing is like they're both like really stupid, but they're stupid in love. Like they're just both happy. They're having a great time. Like I can't hate them for that. I can't even like fault them for anything. Like what did they do wrong? This is just like a 7 out of 10. They don't really have like a lot of like emotional depth, I don't think. I might be misremembering something, but like they're just having a good time. Oh,
Caitlyn x Nicole. Okay, let's get into the lesbian spice. Why don't we? Yeah. So the thing is, although they are best friends in my street, they don't really get that much time together in Minecraft Diaries because Caitlyn is like low-key spending most of the time being in love with Aphmau. But I love just the color combination. Of course, the blue and red, it's giving Clans, and we need to appreciate that.
okay, I have so much to say about this ship. Okay, cause like I didn't remember. Cause we had like a list when we were making this video, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll take these. Why not? And I was like, something like there's a child between them or whatever. Like I get the mix. But I looked into the wiki. These two are terrible for each other. Let me tell you why. Okay, if you remember correctly, Zayn gives Kiki a pendant. Doesn't tell her anything about it. And then Kiki's like, oh, I'm not feeling that well. She's pregnant. The pendant makes you pregnant. Is that not like actually the most horrifying thing you've ever heard in your entire life? You remember when Zayn was like actually a terrible person?
And he wasn't with Kawaii-chan. Oh, sorry, Nana.
Actually,
they changed her name for literal like cultural appropriation reasons.
which is kind of real. That's good. That's good to rectify. Good on you. I should have given this a lower score. I really.
Yeah, this should be in the negatives.
This should be in the negatives. This is not
This is
good.
like the pregnancy trope of your like of hell.
Yeah, this art is really good though.
Yeah,
Like,
we love the art.
We love the art. It's really great.
Shout out to you. Okay, Dante and Kawaii-chan. I unironically really love this ship. I think that they're so cute together. I think that in terms of like a real life lasting relationship, if two people were meant to be with each other, it would be these two. And look at their daughter, Nekowet. That is a concerning, culturally appropriating name. And I don't appreciate it. Nekowet, like, nya! Like, I think they're super underrated in my opinion. I think they're very overshadowed by Dante and Nicole. But I appreciate Dante and Nicole. But like, guys, like the pink and blue, like the weird, like you live in a fantasy world, but somehow you have access to hair dye. Like, it's so beautiful.
Speaking of Dante and Nicole, by the way, it's gonna be really embarrassing if it's not them. It is! Wow, I'm so great. These two are like, I love their like relationship arc because for context, these two are exes and they have a son together. What? Shout out Dimitri. Like they have like a whole moment in the series where they like really talk about like their issues and what's going on, and they decide to co-parent, and like it's so beautiful. Like I wish, dude. Like what happened? We both wish. I actually really like the ship. I love their dynamic. I think they're great exes.
And I would like to point out that during their serious conversation where Dante finds out that Dimitri is his kid, Kawaii-chan is the most amazing, supportive wife ever. And she says, I understand. And I still love you. And I still love our daughter together. And I also will treat Dimitri as a child of my own. And I also appreciate Nicole as like a sister wife.
Actual ship is like a 7 out of 10. They kind of broke up for a reason. What was that reason? I kind of forgot. But like they did, you know?
Okay, Yip and Alexis. So I barely remember anything about them, mostly because it happened in season 3, and season 3 was like irrelevant to me.
Okay, so this is like, yeah, I wrote this. Leochat is a character from season 3, which means that unfortunately I do not care about him. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you have merit. I just like, I don't have it in me. But they're both like wolf. They're not both wolf people. Sorry, I lied. I don't know why I like was hallucinating ears on him. Like I don't know. Leochat just seems like such like a wolf core name. Like I don't.
Wait, why is it Leochat x Leochat? It's Leona. It's guys.
I know. I was like,
Wait.
do they have a speech?
That didn't happen. Look at it. It's always been like that. Yeah, 5 out of 10. I don't really have much to say about it. Like that sure is a ship of 2 characters.
Abby Experimenter. Oh my god. One of my OTPs. Like, genuinely, I'm so upset that they didn't get any screen time or like lead up to their relationship whatsoever. There was no closure whatsoever for what happened with them. But like the reveal that she was Jeffrey's daughter, and then there's this whole plot line where Caitlyn's trying to find her because she finds out that it's actually Abby, but then we hear nothing about it in the end. So like, why did we drop that plot line, Afmo? Jess, you have some explaining to do.
Oh my god, okay, yes, this is a great ship. This is great. I love this ship. Cause like, these are two like incredibly like powerful ass women. And just like, I love their dynamic. Like, you know, Caitlyn, she's like kind of more business. She's like calm, collected, but Lucinda's like flirty, testing boundaries, you know. I think there was like a hinted love triangle between
them.
Yeah, between them with Travis. See?
Yes.
Okay, speaking of
Caitlyn and Jeffrey, I think they're so angsty. I think it's so... I'm so upset of what they did to him because he died. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, he's dead. But like, I think that there was such depth to their relationship that was so unexplored at times. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it deserves that.
Yeah, I think it's a valid rating for sure. I love Jeffrey, like actually. Oh, okay. This is such a good ship again. This is like another like Women in Power Part 2. We love this for them. Caitlyn literally defected from Ocassus because like she was so confident in like Aphmau's like cause, right? Like I think that's how it went.
It was. Wait, okay. They're not called the Furious Five. That's something else.
No,
What
it's
were they
a
called?
Jury of Nine.
Jury of Nine. Jury of Nine.
The Jury of Nine was so cool, by the way. It was so
were.
underutilized. I'm really sad about it. Caitlyn is like Aphmau's like closest like female friend. Like she's her like confidant for like a lot of stuff, and she's been there. She's so reliable. She ends up as like her like it's like military commander or something like that.
Like she's in charge.
Yeah, exactly. And like
She starts the Dragon's Knights.
Yeah. And they remain close with each other through all of these years. Like they have such this like I feel like they have such a beautiful bond. Like that like
Aphmau is straight, but Caitlyn's secretly in love with her.
yeah.
It's a bond that like you can't define like as romance specifically.
Yeah.
It goes past that.
Yes, it's so wonderful. Oh,
Don X Logan. They are a very OG couple. They have been there since the beginning. Like literally episode 5, Logan like shows up and he's like, yo, what's good?
Donna, the one who's like,
Donna's the one that's like, so, what's your name? And he's just like a little hunkalicious werewolf we love. Oh my god! Especially their hot son. Thank you for bringing him into the world.
Okay, let's calm down. Oh my god, it's time. I'm so like, oh my god. Guys. Okay, like guys, you have to lock in for this one. Like, I love these. They should have been canon. They should have been so canon. Here's why. This is so peak to me because Gareth has like been quietly pining over Aphmau for literally the longest time. He was always there. You literally the first person she meets in Phoenix Top, who's not like Vlad, I guess, is Gareth. And you know, at first he's kind of like skeptical. He's like, you know, like I don't know how to feel about you. You're just kind of a stranger that comes out of nowhere. But she gains his trust by like actually caring about the village. You can see this like trust for Aphmau slowly grow into something so beautiful and devout. And he proposes to her in a box. Yeah, you know, they don't even say. She's like, oh my god, a ring. Who put this here? She's so down. But like that's also like so like slow burn, and I kind of love that. And oh my god, I'm not even joking. So I watched this series years ago, right? Years. And I like for fun, I like was like, oh, I should rewatch it. I forgot how good the dream sequences are. They're so... I think I rewatched... Is it like episode 13? I've like rewatched that episode like at least like 20 times just because of the beginning scene. He like says something like, oh, who's this like new guy like Aaron? And she's like, what? And he's like, was he cute? And she's like, what? Don't say that. And like she gets flustered and stuff. And then he like laughs like really sexily. Hats off to you, Anthony. I think your name is Anthony, I think. I'm so sorry. And like he's like, ha, you're cute when you laugh. You're cute when you're flustered. I just wanted to see your reaction. God, so good. And like
when Garth went to the Irene dimension animation, his Riz and his aura points just like
No,
they got
it, like,
stabbed.
went up. It was crazy. They had to nerf this ship by locking him away in the Irene dimension. Like, actually, guys. This ship, okay, 9.5 out of 10. Because the only thing wrong with the ship is the fact that Aphmau completely ditches him.
Laurance, my love. I'm a little biased, so I put Laurance second. But let's be real, Laurance and Garth are like head to head with each other. It's so good! They were in so many scenes together. Season 2 is literally just Llama. When he decided to go full Shadow Knight and become like evil, like he was so right for that. Like you're so right, King. Like yeah.
Because like the reason he like defected and became like a Shadow Knight like for realsies, right? Is because like they had this agreement. They were like, okay, we're gonna communicate through like this love triangle because I love Garth and Garth like loves me. But then she gets pregnant with another man's child. And of course, I'd be mad about that.
But werewolf wedding? Guys, even his orange hair, I still love him. If you can't love him in his orange hair era, you don't deserve him in his like brown hair era.
It's true. I agree. Like, I actually think that like they made his orange hair look really cute in the Rebirth series.
They did.
But I don't like a lot of things about the Rebirth series writing wise. But like, anyways,
To explain what the werewolf wedding was. So essentially, Michi takes a potion and turns both of them into Mifwa, which is cat people. And so they are trying to make an alliance between the cat people and the werewolves, so the werewolves and the Mifwa. Michi brings them as fake Mifwa because she doesn't want to get real Mifwa and marries her off to Fenrir, who we talked about before, and then that was the werewolf wedding. And he essentially kills everyone in the werewolf wedding, commits like low-key like mini genocide because he's upset that Aphmau's marrying someone else against her will.
and he was kind of real for that, honestly. Like, I thought.
Like peak boyfriend behavior.
And at number 1. Garth x Laurance. Listen, it's not a love triangle unless it goes always. And we didn't even need bullet points. We don't need bullet points for this one because like it speaks for itself. They have such a great brotherhood. They're fighting for the same woman, but the respect that they have for each other is so crazy. Laurance literally saved Garth's life in the Irene dimension because Garth was like losing it a little bit because he was under the influence
And he was like, you're not defined by who you love.
exactly like he ate with that.
I think that ditch Aphmau and be gay.
I agree with this. Anyways, that is our presentation. Thank you everyone. Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you so much.